Have you ever been in a situation where you surprised yourself with how well you handled it? Maybe it was a difficult conversation, or a challenging project at work, or even a tough personal situation like a breakup or the death of a loved one. Whatever the case may be, we all face challenges that test our strength and toughness. And being a tough person doesn't mean that you're unbreakable. In fact, people are divided into two groups: those who crumble under pressure and those who take the hit and come out stronger on the other side. So, which group do you belong to? Do yourself a favor and watch this video with undivided attention. You'll discover the signs that show you're tougher than you think. If you appreciate this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Number 1. You balance emotion with logic. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you're feeling emotional, but you know that getting upset or angry will only make things worse? If so, then you're using your head rather than letting your emotions take control. This is a sign of strength and maturity, and it's something that not everyone is capable of doing. Many people struggle to control their emotions, which can lead to outbursts, arguments, and even violence. But if you're able to take a step back, assess the situation, and act logically, then you're already ahead of the game. Number 2. You face the fears that hold you back. This is a hard one, and not many people are able to do it, but it's an important step if you want to achieve your full potential. We all have fears that hold us back in life, whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of judgment. And these fears can prevent us from taking risks and moving forward. Research suggests that people who face their fears have a greater chance of success than those who don't. So if you're able to confront the things that scare you, it's a sign that you're tougher than you think. Number 3. You try to motivate yourself even when you don't feel it. Having the habit of pushing yourself even when you don't feel like it is a sign of mental strength and perseverance. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but it's a completely different story when you're facing difficulties. The ability to motivate yourself during tough times shows that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle. Having an inner voice that pushes you to keep going is a powerful tool, and it's something that not everyone has. Number 4. You don't let the opinions of others bring you down. In a study done at the University of Queensland, it was found that people who seek social approval have a harder time recovering from setbacks. This means that if you're constantly looking for validation from others, you're more likely to be affected by their negative opinions. On the other hand, if you're able to brush off the haters and focus on your own opinion of yourself, it's a sign that you're mentally tough. Number 5. You take calculated risks. Calculated risks are different from the risks that we take without thinking, and they usually have a positive outcome. For example, quitting your day job to start your own business is a calculated risk. It's something that you've thought about carefully, and you believe that it will pay off in the end. On the other hand, gambling your life savings away is not a calculated risk. It's something that you're doing on a whim, and the chances of it paying off are slim to none. So if you're able to take risks that are well thought out and have a good chance of success, it's a sign that you're tougher than you give yourself credit for. Number 6. You balance self-acceptance with self-improvement. You know that you're not perfect, but you also know you're good enough just the way you are. This is a sign of strength and maturity because it shows that you're able to accept yourself for who you are while also striving to be better. Many people have a hard time accepting themselves, which can lead to low self-esteem and a lack of motivation. But if you're able to strike a balance between self-acceptance and self-improvement, it's a sign that you're tougher than you think. Number 7. You bounce back from failure. Imagine this. You've been working hard on a project for months, and it finally pays off. But then, out of nowhere, you experience a setback and the whole thing falls apart. Most people would give up at this point, but not you. You pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start again. This ability to rebound from failure is a sign of strength and resilience, and it's something that not everyone has. If you're able to keep going even when things don't go your way, it's a sign that you're tougher than you think. Number 8. You don't compare yourself to others. In today's world, when everyone is constantly posting their highlight reel on social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. People are showing you the best version of themselves while you're only seeing the worst in yourself. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. But if you're able to resist the urge to compare yourself to others, it's a sign that you're mentally tough. You know that everyone has their own struggles, and that what you see on the surface doesn't always reflect what's going on beneath it. Number 9. You focus on the solution, not the problem. When we face a problem, our natural tendency is to focus on the problem itself. We dwell on what went wrong and how it could have been avoided. But if you're able to take a step back and focus on the solution more than the problem, it's a sign that you're mentally tough. You know that dwelling on the past won't change anything, and that it's better to focus on finding a way to fix the issue. Number 10. You learn from your mistakes. In a study done on success, it was found that the ability to learn from mistakes was one of the most important predictors of success. This is because people who are able to learn from their mistakes are more likely to avoid making them in the future. They're also more likely to be successful because they're constantly improving and adapting. If you read the story of any successful person, you'll find that they all made plenty of mistakes before they finally achieved success. The difference is that they were able to learn from those mistakes and use them to their advantage. So if you're able to learn from your mistakes, it's a sign that you're tougher than you give yourself credit for. Number 11. You have already overcome many obstacles. Now take a quick look back at your life and think about all the obstacles you've already overcome. You might not realize it, but overcoming these challenges has made you a stronger and tougher person. Every time you face a difficult situation and come out on the other side, you're building up your mental toughness. So if you've already overcome many challenges in your life, it's a sign that you're tougher than you think. Number 12. You don't fear change. The fear of change is one of the most common fears that people have. We're creatures of habit and we like things to always stay the same. The reason we fear change is that it's uncertain and we don't know how things will turn out. But if you're able to embrace change instead of fearing it, it's a sign that you're tough. You know that change is a necessary part of life and that it can often lead to new and exciting opportunities. Number 13. You are a realistic optimist. There's a big difference between being an optimist and being a realistic optimist. An optimist will see the glass half full no matter what, while a realistic optimist knows that the glass can also be half empty. Being a realistic optimist means that you're able to see both the positive and negative sides of every situation. This allows you to make more informed decisions, and it also makes you tougher. Some people might argue that being a realistic optimist is the same as being a pessimist, but that's not true. A pessimist will always see the negative side of every situation, while a realistic optimist knows that there are both positive and negative sides to every situation. Final thoughts. As you can see, being tough isn't about being perfect. It's about having the mental strength to keep going even when things are tough. So, if you can relate to at least 6 of these 13 signs on this list, it's a good indication that you're tougher than you give yourself credit for. Next time you're facing a difficult situation, remember to draw on your inner strength and toughness. You might be surprised at how well you handle it. Now, you are ready to take the next step in becoming an even tougher person. The video that you see on the screen right now will show you the best 13 social skills that you must develop if you want to be successful in anything in life. So make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.